Cold War Season 2 is here, which means everyone got their rank reset back to 1, and maybe you want to know how to rank up as fast as possible this season. Well, today I got you some tips on how to get that Prestige Master as fast as possible. Before we get into this though, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Cold War content like this, and don't worry as it's always free to subscribe, and you can always unsubscribe later. Getting back to it, this season, leveling up just feels busted. Now what I mean by that is that it's really slow. I've noticed it takes days just to get that 8th prestige, which sounds like it's right, but I mean days of grinding, or let's just say putting more than 6+ hours into the game each day just to get that 8th prestige. And honestly, I'm gonna keep it real, they probably just made leveling a lot slower so player retention keeps up, because I guarantee you player retention in Season 1 was not great, but that's just what they do. So if you played Season 1 and then play Season 2, you will notice it very fast, but either way, you still want to rank up fast. Well, I got you some tips to help you out. Now, I will go over both multiplayer and zombies, so both player bases get their fair share of tips, but I'm going to start off with zombies. So zombies, truthfully, is going to be the best way for ranking up. Now with zombies, you will be ranking up both the battle pass and your rank much faster than playing multiplayer exclusively. So what I do here that will give me the most amount of XP in the fastest time without wasting any time is play Die Machine only, because it's easier to get set up on that map compared to Firebase, which means you can get the ball rolling faster. Then after that you just play. So the goal here is to go to round 30 or 35 in exfil. You will get XP for every round you complete, and successfully exfilling will grant you 5,000 plus extra XP, not including the end of the match bonus as well. The reason I say go for round 30 or 35 is that after these rounds, zombies become much more stronger and you start losing out on XP, and also it's slower, which means it's going to be eating up more time and XP, and you could just do better if you just restart. After this though, I recommend you use guns that you don't normally use, that you don't have ranked up, or go for camos. This is because in zombies, camos are incredibly easy to go for and only take a couple rounds to get fully done. And all of this will grant you more XP than you would have gotten if you just stuck with whatever normal guns you use. Then using guns you don't normally use will also be ranked up naturally, which also gives you more XP just for using it. Then one last thing you can do as well is do seasonal challenges. Now, you do have access for both Season 1 and Season 2 challenges for both zombies and multiplayer, and doing these will also grant you XP and a calling card. And the good part with this is that most of them are fairly simple and you'll just get them by playing. So what I can recommend is that you just take a brief look over these seasonal challenges, at least the ones you have unlocked, and just do them. They're not going to be too incredibly hard, some might be a little more tedious than others, but it's going to get you free XP just for doing it and a free calling card. Now if you really have the dedication though, go for zombies dark ops challenges. I won't lie, most of them are really easy to do and they will grant you anywhere from 5,000 XP to 10,000. These can include the main Easter egg, which are incredibly easy compared to past CODs, and they take maybe 30 minutes to do, or the ones like having 6 perks, 2 fully upgraded guns with ammo mods, or the one where it's like make it around 30 without going down, or killing 50 enemies with a single support. There are also other ones you could do that aren't hard by any means, they're just really annoying. For example, doing every single trial on Die Machine in one game, or buying every gun from the box in one game. These aren't hard, they just rely on RNG and take some time, which makes them annoying, but getting them is pretty much a free level. You might also be wondering about Outbreak and XP, but it's honestly not worth it. You don't get nearly as much XP than you would just by playing solo Die Machine. For example, Sour, who I'll link in the description below, did a video about XP on Outbreak and came up with this graph that shows that solo Die Machine will grant you the most XP compared to solo Outbreak. Now, Squad's Outbreak is good as well, so if you do have a friend group that wants to play, then you could do that, but if you're mainly a solo player like me, then you want to keep with the main maps. Other than that though, there's not too much else to do in zombies itself to grant you more XP besides going for Dark Ether. Going for Dark Ether and eventually getting it will grant you such a stupid amount of XP that you will honestly be surprised by yourself. For example, in Season 1, I was just finishing up my Dark Ether grind, and from the beginning of that season at level 1 to when I finally got Dark Ether, I was at level 186, which was just me going for camos. Nothing fancy or anything, just playing the game and getting some camos. And keep in mind, this was all in like week 2 or something of the season being out. I finished that season as a level 750 because I did both Dark Ether and DM Ultra. Doing those camo challenges gave me such a stupid amount of XP that it honestly looked like I was boosting in zombies, which truthfully I don't know how people do that and I'm not sure if you can still do that, but what I do know is that I was just a crazy high level just for doing camos. Moving on though, we have multiplayer. Now I'm gonna keep it a whole buck with you. Multiplayer sucks for ranking up and it takes around 2 to 3 games to rank up once. So if you're really serious about ranking up, zombies is definitely the play for this, but I know some of you are multiplayer only players, so I still got some tips with you. Starting off, the first one is to stay in those matches. I know SPMM might make some of those matches so terribly unfun, but staying in that game till it ends will give you an end of the match bonus, and that helps a lot. Now, something to make this a little better though is to play Nuketown 24/7. This is because Nuketown is such a tiny map that games are very fast and you run through them like no tomorrow, which is going to grant you a lot of XP. And if you do good on Nuketown and start dropping kill streaks, you're going to get even more XP. This is because you're doing good, which yes is going to punish you later, but you're going to get more XP for every kill you get. And medals, make sure you get those. Every single medal you get will give you free XP. So if you could go on high kill streaks, you will get more XP. Or if you drop streaks and get whatever medals come with those streaks, that will mean you get even more XP just for getting those medals. Now also, you can also play hardcore because you do get one-shot kills a lot in that, and all those one-shot kill medals are going to stack up quite a lot. But I do know that hardcore can be quite annoying at sometimes. Now I also know that most people are going to get bored of Nuketown after a while, and once this happens, you could just go into normal pubs, or you could go into that new rapid fire mosh pit they just added, which I think is Ghost is always off, so you're always on the minimap, there's always an active UAV, and you're always pushing, and there's less time in the lobbies, and the games are much faster. So you could really honestly go through XP like no tomorrow in that mode too, but I also haven't played that mode yet since it came out literally today of this recording. But getting back to normal pubs, the only thing I recommend here is to play mainly hardcore and domination. And yes, if you want, you could go into the quick play and unmark everything besides hardcore and domination, so you only get these two modes. Now, the reason for this is that these modes are longer, which means you will get more kills and more streaks in them, and you'll get a fatter XP bonus at the end. So longer game modes are the play for XP. Then when I said zombies, go for some camos. Chances are you're rocking one main gun, go for gold on that. Now, I do know some of these camos are super annoying in multiplayer, but that's fine, you will get them over time, and getting these camos will give you so much more XP just for using the gun. Then again, multiplayer challenges and seasonal challenges will also grant you free XP as well, so just briefly look over some of those as well and just get them out of the way, because again, they are mostly pretty easy to do, so you could just look at it and be like, oh, let's get 300 kills with an assault rifle. Do that, bam, free 5,000 XP just for doing that. Now you can also do Dark Ops challenges too. The only thing is that multiplayer Dark Ops challenges are incredibly hard, so chances are you won't be getting very many of them. Other than that, a good source of XP as well is the Battle Pass. Now I know some people don't want to spend the $10, and that's fine. You still get free XP tokens just for playing, but if you buy that Battle Pass, you get a permanent XP bonus, which is going to make ranking up much faster. And you'll get around 8 hours of XP if you get every token from the Battle Pass, which is going to help you out a lot. Then another thing you could do is follow Treyarch on Twitter. Now this might be a little weird to you, but this is because they've been doing a lot of double XP weekends very often, and if you know when they're doing one, you could plan a weekend for just that COD grind and you can rank up quite fast. Another thing too is that if you have Warzone downloaded or Modern Warfare, you could go into that, and because they're both cross-platform, so your rank in Cold War is the same as Warzone, that means that any XP you get in Warzone will be the same as Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. And if you don't know, Warzone gives you a stupid amount of XP just for playing the game, but there's also trials in that game. Now, I can't promise you everything since I don't play Warzone like that, but I have seen that trials are really good, and if you could get 3 stars on those trials, you will get upwards of 10,000 XP, and chances are, if you play Warzone, you probably have some trials just sitting around that you could do. So, if you have Warzone downloaded, definitely check that out if you want to get some free XP as well. Then one last thing I do want to bring up is that you might find some Mountain Dew or Doritos that say they have double XP on them, and if you do, don't buy them because of that, because that promotion ended, so it's just a waste of your money. Now I bring this up because I still see some of these products all over, and I don't want someone to buy it just because it has double XP just to find out that your code doesn't work because that promotion has ended. Other than that though, I hope you enjoyed the video. A like is greatly appreciated, and a sub means even more, but until next time, see ya.